Hello, and welcome to a totally unexpected basketball edition episode of the Adrienne Ross Show. I had no intentions of doing a video tonight. Listen, can I be real? I was dressed to hit the sack, okay? I came home and I got comfy. Y'all know I was not able to go live for the game. I had church tonight, and you know what I do when I have church. When there's a game, I have to stay off of social media. I have to stay off of my phone. I got to stay off of the internet because I can't have anybody messing it up for me. I want to watch the game. I want to watch the playback without knowing the outcome. And man, was it worth the wait. Oh my goodness. The way that game ended, Caitlin Clark gets her second triple-double. Homegirl had, let's take a look up in here. She had 24 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. All right, add to that 3 steals, okay? All right, 24 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds for her second triple-double. And this is the second time a rookie has had a triple-double. Who had the triple-double before? The same one who had it tonight, Caitlin Clark. Alyssa Smith, 13 points. Add to that 4 rebounds. And we had Aaliyah Boston ball out tonight. We've been going, Aaliyah, where are you offensively lately? Well, she showed us tonight, dropping 24 points and 14 rebounds. Girl went 10 of 16 for 62.5% from the field. Come on now. And Kelsey Mitchell, we know how she's been playing. In fact, Caitlin said that Kelsey should have won some of the accolades that she won this week because Kelsey's been bringing it. 18 points tonight, and as well as 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Yes, thank you, Kelsey. And again, Caitlin Clark with 24, 10, and 10, and we had others who chipped in on both ends of the floor. I'm telling you, we come down to the wire of the game, and they're talking about triple-double watch, and obviously this team, as well as those of us who love the Indiana Fever team, we're more concerned about the win. And the game was too close for comfort. So we're not just looking for stats. We're looking for the number one stat, which is the W. And so it was so cool that after it was out of reach, and so clearly we got this game because it was a little tight right there. She gets that rebound and gets the triple-double. Can I just say this? How fitting that is when all the good stuff, all the good stuff has been going down for this team this week. We've got Caitlin with Rookie of the Month, with Player of the Month, with Player of the Week, and I believe that's a back-to-back Player of the Week. We've got Coach Christy Sides as Coach of the Month, and we've got the Indiana Fever clinching a playoff spot for the first time since 2016. And now, after tonight, what do we get to add? CC, number 22, balls out. They get the win, and icing on the cake, a triple-double. Just breaking records. The announcer said it tonight. Every time she steps on the court, she is absolutely breaking records. I applaud those of you who keep up with it. I can't keep up with it. Just exciting. Not about just getting stats, but it's about this winning streak that they're on. It's about the change since the Olympics. It's about the team chemistry being above and beyond where it was at the beginning of the season. It's about exceeding expectations. It's about defying the doubts. Come on, somebody. It's about winning basketball and seeing the turnaround. And now you get an opportunity to go into the playoffs. And though this is not the first thing it's also about showing the people who said it couldn't be done, who said the fans and the people who thought Caitlin was going to come out and be impactful right from the start were stupid, had no knowledge of the game. it's about that too. It feels pretty good. Not number one. Number one thing is you want to keep winning. You got into the playoffs. That was your number one goal. You want to go as far as you possibly can, and you know what that means. You want to be hoisting something at the end of the finals, but one game at a time. And this team has a long way to go, and I'll get to that in a moment. But again, it's got to feel good because when you came into the league, Caitlin Clark, when the Indiana Fever stepped on the court, they were determined to shut you down. They tried to bully you even on the floor because they saw you as weakness. And then your losses contributed to that image of them, that image that they had of you, that there was weakness there. They tried to break your spirit. Some people did. And I'm talking about the media as well as other players, as well as certain fans. And all you did was continue to play. And some people are having sleepless nights over it. And some people are extra excited because not only are you winning now, you're, like I said, in my video that I put out earlier today, you're doing it with such excitement that makes people want to watch. Like this one tonight. No sound, just check it out. And like this one from the last game against Dallas. No sound, check this one out. And that's the difference when Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston and Lexi Hull and Alyssa Smith and the whole, Samuelson and Temi and all, even though Temi didn't play. I noticed that it said she was injured. What happened? What did I miss? But anyway, that's the difference when the team, the Indiana Fever plays, when Caitlin Clark plays. It's exciting. Not only you're excited about the moment and what's happening, not only you're excited about what the play you just saw happen, you're excited because you just don't know what to expect next. Will it be a logo three? Will it be an incredible pass? Like that pass that you just saw from the game against Dallas, almost full court. Like 3/4 back. A bounce pass from that distance is basically unheard of. I mean, that's hard stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And to see that and then behind the back and and that's why they're going to get their share of turnovers. Caitlin Clark's going to take risks that are going to cause her to get more turnovers than some people. I'd like to have seen less. I started to do the itching tonight. Too many turnovers, Indiana. So we got to talk about that. But other people then begin to play looser because you want to have fun when you're losing and you're just it ceases to be fun. Okay, but when you're playing looser, it's a good thing. It looks good, and then when it amounts to wins, that's when you can celebrate. So man, kudos to this team for this win against the Sparks. And obviously to all the accolades, because all the accolades this week really go, they belong to the whole team, and then of course for the second triple-double ever in the history of the WNBA, and both of them from the rookie, Caitlin Clark. It's amazing what we're seeing. Okay, now that I got that excitement out of the way, I got to say this team is going to have to shore some things up. One of the things I know as a coach and as someone who played the game, you often think that if you're playing a team that you should beat, and I say that like, because basically winning is on the court, not on the paper, not on the scouting report. Like winning has to be done, right? So when I say should be, we're talking about the record, we're talking about that kind of thing. And a lot of times when you play a team you should beat, you, instead of blowing them out, often you play to their level. You play beneath yourself. And that's just something that happens and shouldn't happen, because teams have to have a killer instinct. And so Indiana played around with the Sparks too long. Now, credit to the Sparks too, because I mean, they missed a lot of shots around the basket too, but they did some things right. They did, and so they played hard. They did some things right. And so not to take anything away from the Sparks at all, but I am going to say if I'm Indiana, I got to look at myself and say too many turnovers in the beginning, too much went wrong in the beginning. Too much it was too close too long. And you cannot play like that in this next level. You're headed toward the playoffs. You might be able to get away with that as you did consistently with the Sparks. When you start talking about the New York Liberty, whom you have beat, and Caitlin balled out with the triple-double against the Liberty, her first triple-double. But when you start talking about the New York Liberty, you start talking about the Minnesota Lynx, when you start talking about the Connecticut Sun, you can't mess around and let people, you let them in it. You can't do that, because a lot of these teams have experience and they understand that when it's time for the playoffs, that they turn it up a notch. It's almost like another gear that they go into. And so the Fever, I wanted to see them after all the accolades of the week, after the last two games where they had 100 points, after their defense looked so much better, after Coach Christy Sides is coach of the month, etc. After you clinch a playoff spot, I wanted them to come out and set a tone, send a message. And I saw too much sloppiness in this game. And so they got to work on that, because that's not going to get it done. That's not going to cut it. This team, I believe, can do some damage. But we cannot continue to do the way we came out and the way we played too much in this game. Nonetheless, here's more good news other than the good news I started with. And that is that you find a way to win. When things don't seem to be going your way, when you didn't start the way you wanted to start, when you can't seem to separate yourself far enough from the other team, when you're turning the ball, when things are just not going your way, teams that succeed find a way to dig it out, turn it around, and eke out the win. And sometimes it's an ugly win. But again, as I said many times, I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day. And so I'm excited about this, and I love the way the game ended. I am so I'm glad. I'm glad Caitlin Clark brought me back to the WNBA, and I'm glad that I didn't say, you know what, this team making me itch. I got to get out of here early in the season. Hang in there, because I knew Caitlin had it in her. Other people didn't know. We knew, and we wanted her and the Indiana Fever to do the thing that people didn't expect them to do. Although at times I wanted her to be like, I'm out of here. You people don't, you don't deserve it. You're trying to beat me up and all this stuff. But, she's showing us that she has what it takes, the toughness and the skill. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's amazing. All right. Like I said, I wasn't planning on coming back here. I was ready I wasn't going to go to bed, but I was dressed to bed. I was done. I was like, let me throw a t-shirt on. So here I am. So those are my thoughts in a nutshell, real quick, after I caught the playback of the game. All right. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, if you have not subscribed to the Adrienne Ross Show, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel, share, like, all that good stuff. We do it all respectfully. And I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.